Hello and welcome to my CS6460 final project, the social news aggregator plugin for Canvas. I'm going to go ahead and log in as the administrator and install the plugin. While I'm logging in, I'd just like to quickly state why I decided to build this plugin for Canvas. As I was using a lot of tools for asynchronous and synchronous communication within the Georgia Tech program in the massive open online classroom setting. I found that just due to the sheer number of students that there were a lot of contributions, a lot of posts, a lot of messages through Slack, and that sometimes a lot of high value contributions would just get buried just through the sheer number of student involvement and collaboration. So I decided to look at alternative ways to try and promote high value contributions, and I decided to do that through a social news aggregator. This is going to look very similar to people who use Reddit or Dig or Hacker News, where users will contribute content, and that content could be voted up or down the web feed based on the crowdsourcing mechanism that is employed. So let's go ahead and take a look and see how we install this plugin real quick. So I'm on the admin page. I'm going to take a look at the settings. When the settings come up, I'm going to go ahead and click on apps. Now I've already got the student news aggregator already installed, but if I didn't, I would just click on add app, and we're going to do this through XML. Let's just call this whatever. The consumer key is key, and the secret is just simply secret, super secret. And we're going to install the plugin through the XML configuration. There's just a couple of key things to note here. The plugin type that we're going to be employing here is a course navigation, and more importantly, the plugin is actually served through this launch URL here. So if I were to hit submit, that would actually install the plugin, but we've already got it installed. So let's log out now and log in as a student and take a look at the aggregator. So log in. All right, I've got two classes here on my dashboard. We're going to go ahead and take a look at CS6460. You'll notice down the left-hand side of my menu items, I got a new one called contributions. So let's go ahead and take a look at contributions. And because this is a demo, I went ahead and set up a lot of contributions through a bunch of different users. None of these contributions have been made by student 7. By default, the contributions are sorted by votes and newest. So the more votes, the higher up in the web feed, and if the newer they are, tiebreaker is on the newest. As you can see, some of the features of the web feed contribution tiles is the fact that I've got a hyperlink title, a description, who contributed the contribution, the date at which is contributed, and if this contribution was made through an assignments page, it would also be tagged with the assignment. I can just as easily click on new contributions, and you'll see the newest contributions at the top. So this will give you a snapshot into what is being contributed right now. So for example, final project link, I just created that recently. I can just as easily search through contributions. It returns a subset of the contributions with link in the title or description. So just a couple of different ways to sort and search through these contributions. So let's go ahead and create a new contribution. So I went out and I found an interesting white paper on RSS and content syndication in education. And I'm going to go ahead and copy that, paste in. This string article. education. So I'm going to go ahead and post this because I think it's relevant to what I'm doing. It may not be relevant to what other students are doing, but I'm just going to go ahead and post this. So you can see down at the bottom here, I've got my RSS and content syndication in education contribution. Because I created this post, I can edit it. And I can also delete it if I wanted to. Now, as a user of the system, I can vote on any contribution one time in a specific direction. So if I wanted to, I could go ahead and upvote my own post. You can see RSS and content syndication education has started to move its way up the web feed. And just as similarly, I can vote it down and undo my vote in the other direction. Go ahead and do that. Which now it is on the next page. And just as similarly, I can, if I don't want to see this post or contribution anymore, I can just go ahead and delete it. All right, so that is the course level aggregations. We can also get aggregations on the assignment page. And I think this is a useful feature because this now targets contributions very specifically to assignments that are being done at a specific point in time. So it's more of a filtered down list of what the contributions look like. So I went ahead and created a final projects contribution aggregation. See what that looks like when that loads. And here we have a single contribution for the final project. If I wanted to add a new contribution, silence. Post. Go ahead and post this. As you can see, my test post is at the top, 0 votes, but it's a newer contribution, and it's been tagged with the final project's contributions. I'll just go ahead and upvote it one time. And now if we actually go take a look at the contributions for the entire course, that assignment's contribution will actually get serviced all the way, it'll bubble all the way up to the course contributions. So it's just another mechanism, it's another way of providing sub aggregations to target information that is relevant for students and educators. Just lastly, real quick, so when the plugin is installed, it's installed for all courses. So we'll just take a quick look at CS6601. And we'll see if there's any contributions here. And we can see that there are actually no contributions for this class. So here we are at a 0 state, and we could be the first one to contribute a contribution if we want to. But I'm not actually taking CS6601. I've already taken that. So this aggregator is not really useful for me. As you can also see, the CS6460 course contributions are isolated to that specific course. So they are not getting pulled through to CS6601. So that is the reason so that's a lot of the features. I explained the reason why I created this plugin. There is some room for improvement in the algorithm for servicing web feeds that could be done in the future. But overall, I'm pretty pleased with the way that the aggregator and the plugin turned out for Canvas. So anyways, thank you very much for watching my presentation, and that is it. Thank you.